as well, it brought people around me. People felt safe around me. They followed me into battle, as you would say. As a young player, I started to put my body on the line to try to win. And anytime you have a guy like that on your team, and that's what I look for as a coach, I look for guys that want to win as a team, guys that will do anything for the team, guys that are all in, all heart, no matter what. Any day of the week, you call me, I'm picking my phone up because I'm there for you as your teammate. And that's me as a coach, the type of player I look for now. And now I look back at my career and I feel that was what I provided to my teammates. And that's, as I grew into the man I was and the leader I was, it started just presenting things to me. Team Canada opportunity. I took advantage of it. We were doubted. We lost to Russia right away. We got our butts handed. The next day, Nikita Filatov, I think he'll regret this the rest of his life, said in that paper that Canada is soft and Canada has all these guys. Well, we posted that. We used that as energy to fuel our fire. We ended up meeting these guys in the gold medal game, and they were whistling, chucking stuff on the ice, coins us. We throttled them. I think the score was 8-0 or whatever. And that was kind of a turning point. They all lined up across the red line. This is a funny story for you too. They all lined up across the red line, and they watched us skate on. It was really, in my opinion, disrespectful. And there was a bunch of pucks all lying out there, and this was in the gold medal game, and I just started taking slap shots down into the warm-up zone. And those guys didn't stand there very long. They started warming up after that, and I let them know, hey, we're coming in here to battle. We're coming here to win. Don't disrespect us. I don't disrespect you. I'm going to shake your hand at the end of a hard-fought battle. And so that was this persona that I had. It was just,
wow. Yeah.
You know, and I look back on it.
You probably wouldn't be seeing that on TV, eh? Like the warm-up part.
Well, I'd be suspended
on the broadcast, so I haven't heard that story before. But
yeah, I mean, hockey was different, and I look at all the suspensions nowadays, and I'm thankful that, you know, I did my fair share of crazy things. I tried to play within the rules. I tried to play fair. When I needed to answer the bell, I tried to answer the bell for a big hit or whatever. And
yeah,
my every opportunity that I got was something that I earned. And I think a lot of the kids nowadays, they think, oh, you know, I can pay for this trainer and I can pay for that, and Wonger and me can do our best to train you. But really, it's up to the individual and how much buy-in and what commitment level. Some guys are naturally gifted. They don't have to practice as much. They know how to score. They have that. A guy like me, I didn't have that. Everything I did was through hard work. I correlate my life to the blue-collar lifestyle my dad lived in. Construction and cement work is shoveling rocks. That was what I was good at. I was shoveling rocks. And I used that to my strengths, you know, like playing hard with my stick, steering guys, pressing guys in the corner. I call it riding the bull. You're in the corner for 8 seconds. Well, I want to come out of that battle with the puck, or I want to hit my support valve. So all these things. And now that I look at how I've matured in my hockey mind, I look back and you probably could have listened to your coaches a little bit more, but it was different, you know, like you didn't get to talk to your coach. You didn't get to have that one-on-one skill guy who only cared about you. It was a blue-collar hockey, and if you didn't work hard or you didn't have it, they move on to somebody else. And I think the game's correlated to that now. But on the other side of that is you see a lot of players take time to develop, and they come into a later league or they get out of college and they get to go play Europe and explore the world. So I think the message that I'm trying to get to is never quit on your hockey dreams and continue to keep working towards them, because it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to play pro or it's going to open this door, but it might open this door, and that door might be how you meet your wife or how you have the best vacation of your life or whatever. So I think, you know, for me, hockey's
happened for sure.
Yeah, hockey's opened a lot of doors for me, and it's all due to work ethic and continued work ethic. And there's going to be times where you don't do a lot, but then you got to double it up the following day. And I think that's just something that I try to teach. And you'll never see me tell my players not to do something. When the facility is dirty, you know, we work at a nonprofit, Walkham Sports and Recreation in Bellingham. We as a team will just go clean it. We'll go out there and clean it. I don't care. I'll go pick up the garbage with you guys. I'm not going to tell you guys to go do it. I want our facility, I want our culture, our hockey culture specifically, because that's my realm, to be great. I want it to be respected. I want people to say, oh, that's the Bellingham Blazers. They're the guys that cleaned up all that garbage. So it's really transitioning all those things I learned at those high-level events through all that great coaching and sometimes challenging coaching, and now just adapting it and implementing it here where I am now with all the kids I have.
Yeah, so I got a few questions, but one of them being is, can you name a couple of the coaches that really that were great coaches for you, whether they were hard on you or not? Is there a couple names that you?
Yeah, I had an opportunity to be coached by Guy Boucher, as well as Pat Quinn. We went on and won that gold medal there in Kazan. Guy Boucher was a real hard-nosed, very tactical mind. I feel I talk like him sometimes, and it reminds me of how he used to draw things up. He was a big influence of mine, as well as Willie Desjardins. I had Curtis Hunt in Regina. Okay. He was a very big influence on me. I think he's now with the Prince Albert Raiders as their general manager. I had an opportunity to be coached by Jamie Bartman in Iserlohn and Jari Passanen, who turned my career around in Germany, gave me an opportunity when I was doubted by a lot of people, and brought that drive as I transitioned out of the NHL, AHL, where it was a very cutthroat, hard, in-your-face, nose style league, to really enjoying the game again, playing 52 games, not having to fight every night, not having to hit all the time, and really just really perfecting my defensive side of the game. Yeah. And Rob Wilson, in Nuremberg was my final coach. And I think as I grew older, I started to relate more to a coach. I started to, at first as a young guy, you're like, this coach is crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. No, I mean, really, it's super simple. If you can execute a game plan and your coach has done his homework, you can tactically win sometimes. And I think coming together as a team early and often with the systematic play was something that I tried to do every year. So I was a trusted player. When I went on the ice, the coach knew I was going to do what he asked of me, and the route or the forecheck or the D zone. So I think I've had so much help in my career. I had Ian Gallagher train me as a young kid, John Calvano, my dad. I got to where I got to by touching and meeting all the different hockey minds that I have, and I'm still doing that every day now. So I feel like I'm constantly learning from different coaches, because if you're not learning, I don't think you're a progressive thinker, and I don't think you're going to be very successful. You always have to want to try to learn something else from somebody. It's a different aspect, different point of view, and that's something that I've been able to relish and enjoy and change a little bit with how I handle situations and conduct myself.
Yeah, those are definitely some big hockey names, well respected and reputable. Pretty cool. You got to play for some like Pat Quinn. Like, that's such a huge name, especially in our British Columbia and Vancouver area.
He was smoking a stogie. I'll tell you a story here. He was smoking a stogie outside of this big temple in Russia, and I was like, "Hey, can I get a photo of you, me and you together?" So I got all these great photos. And then I was telling you last time we talked, when I got traded to Oklahoma City and Edmonton Oilers from Los Angeles and Manchester, I got my hotel room robbed. I had all these great photos from Russia, me and Pat Quinn, some winning photos too, behind the scenes photos, and my computer got stolen. And at the time I didn't back everything up. So, but my favorite Pat Quinn story it was like the second period or something like that. And he's yelling at everybody to buckle down and play better defensively. And we were getting a lot of pucks chipped into low corners defensively. Think about a big guy. How do you get around him? Soft chips into areas where he has to go retrieve it. You can get hits. Well, he goes, "Hey, Toops, you know what the St. Mary ship is?" I'm like, "What the St. Mary ship?" I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And he goes, "It's the biggest ship in Canada. It turns faster than you do." And he told me to wake up in a nice way. And I'll remember that story forever. I tell it to my kids all the time. Listen, I couldn't turn very well, but if I got turned and I got in the corner with you, good luck, right? So, but right. It was just a funny Pat Quinn story.
That's a good analogy.
He challenged you, right? And I think that's one thing that if you want to play for me and play on my team, you have to have that backbone and ability to be challenged. Because if you can't be challenged, I don't think you can be coached. At the end of the day, you have to have a coach challenge you to get better and work on some things that sometimes you don't think you need to work on. So that was one of those things that I remember that summer. I worked on my backward skating, transitional speed, first step. Like I did power skating every weekend just to get that skill, because as a big guy, that was the range, and that was something I needed to work on.
Yeah. So